What a offseason for the Denver Broncos. I mean, they're coming away with an elite running back on a cheap deal with Melvin Gordon signing a 2-year deal worth 16 million with 13 and a half guaranteed. I think for them, Philip Lindsay is a nice back, but he's more of that third down scat back. I don't think he can necessarily handle the load of being a number one guy for the whole
Yeah.
season. And I know they wanted that in Royce Freeman when they drafted him a couple years ago. And I mean, he's solid, but he just never was consistent enough to stay on the field. So I think them getting a Melvin Gordon is definitely going to be huge for Drew Lock. They've improved that offensive line by bringing in Glasgow from the Lions. They still have Noah Fant. So I mean, I just love what they're doing. They're proving that it can be done. You can fix things around a young quarterback, and I think this is the way you build a team around a young quarterback. You have a true number one receiver in Cortland Sutton, a guy that he can go to anytime he wants. He has a nice option out the backfield with Philip Lindsay, and Melvin Gordon has good hands too. So now he has two reliable options out the backfield. You got Noah Fant going up the seam of the defense with his elite speed, and
Hmm.
potentially they could add another playmaker in the draft. So I mean, I just love what John Elway's doing. In the past, he's made some very questionable decisions, but I think somebody's gotten in his ear. I love the move for Drew Lock. They weren't aggressive. There was rumors that they wanted to take him at, I believe, 10 last year, but they traded back. They were able to get him at, I believe, 42 or 43 because they had back-to-back picks at that point. So I mean, I just love what they're doing. It's a great move. I think this is the type of team that should get in that market to pay a running back. They still have a quarterback on a rookie deal. They're not paying anybody. They don't have any big contracts outside of Von Miller, I don't think. Because Chris Harris is gone. So it's a good move for them to get that run game going with a guy in Melvin Gordon that hasn't played a lot. He could knock the rust off. There's a report that he had another offer, but he was very interested in staying in the AFC West or a team that was going to consistently play the Chargers. So I think they're going to get a guy that's really motivated, and it could be good for his career. I think it could turn it around, and especially in Denver, because their offensive line is much better than what the Chargers have. So I think for them, it's a home run signing, and it's really going to show what they have in Drew Lock, because this season is fully dependent on him and what he's going to do, the steps and bounds he takes as a young quarterback. And we'll see how far it can take them and what it will lead to, because it's a very tough conference, and every team in that conference has improved. I mean, the Chargers haven't made any drastic improvements, but getting back Derwin James fully healthy, Nasir Adderley barely played last year, having Bosa and Ingram still. They added Linval Joseph up the middle. The Raiders with their moves with the linebackers, that defense should only get better. Hopefully they can get a step from Cleveland Farrell. And the Chiefs are coming off a Super Bowl, so it's a tough division. But I mean, the moves that they're making, they're proving that they could. This is definitely a team I feel is really going to be a favorite. It's going to be a dark horse type team that people are going to want to make that 7 seed. People are going to. I feel like they're going to be one of the favorites to be a team like that. So if you're a Broncos fan, I'd definitely be excited for the future and what that has. Um, it's just a great move. So I don't really
Yeah.
have anything else to say about that.
I mean, pretty much you hit it on all cylinders. Adding him to that offense, giving your young quarterback more of more weapons to work with, makes him feel more comfortable and makes him thrive more in the future. That's pretty important. I think what they should do now is maybe focus on getting one more receiver or possibly a tackle if one falls. I wouldn't reach for one though, but yeah, Garrett Bowles isn't really working out, but I would go with the tackle. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool, how Melvin Gordon stays in the AFC West. He said that he wanted to play against the Chargers, and he gets to play him twice a year now. Pretty cool. I heard from reports that the Chargers offered him more than he has now before last season even ended, when he was doing his holdout. And although he missed 4 games, it was his worst season as a pro, with only 612 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. That's the worst he's had in 3 years, or just all in his career. But hopefully, him not being the main ball carrier and him not being the main weapon on that Chargers offense or with the Broncos offense is going to help him, elevate his game back to being elite. But yeah, overall, a great signing.
Yeah, and the thing with Melvin Gordon is it kind of sucks because like he sat out last year and it really hurt him more than it helped him, which you hate to see because a running back only has so much time, and him missing that time, he wasn't the same player when he came back, and I think that really cost him a lot of money, especially because the Chargers, I believe they were going to sign him to a deal that was close to about $10 million a season, but he thought he could get more. It didn't work out, but he lands in a good spot in Denver on a 2-year type prove it deal. If he can stay healthy and keep that production, maybe they think about another similar contract with a lot of guaranteed money, which that could be a good solution to the running back problem we have right now with all these teams just getting rid of these guys. Um, so all in all, it's a great fit for Denver. It's a big upgrade. John Elway, tremendous job this offseason. Vic Fangio and that team, they should take that next step. And this whole thing for Denver is about seeing if Drew Lock is the guy. Because if Drew Lock is the guy, they're in a position to succeed. But if he's not, they're in a situation similar to the Bears, the Rams, those teams that kind of make these moves and try to see what they have. But if Drew Lock isn't the guy, I don't know what to do, what Denver should do, but all sign like they're setting him up to succeed. So it's on Drew Lock. But all these moves have done nothing but help him. So I'd expect Denver to maybe be a fringe playoff team this year. Hopefully Melvin Gordon can be 1,000-yard rusher. You have a number one receiver, and like Rob said earlier, getting a receiver early in the draft, maybe somebody like a Henry Ruggs take the top off the defense. This Denver offense could get very exciting. So it's a very excited team, and it's an exciting signing. So I'm just happy. I just love football, so it's good for football.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this.
Alrighty, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up. Comment if you disagree or agree with the signing, or let us know some feedback you guys have for us. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.